Hey friends. Okay, welcome to lesson 2 of our unit on earning an income. And in our first lesson, we kind of focused on salary and hourly wages and did some work around that. We're going to get into some of the other ways that we talked about. I don't know if you remember, but your first class example in yesterday's lesson, we talked about a bunch of different ways. And then we really only focused on salary and hourly wages. So now we're going to look at some of those other ways today. Okay. And it's going to go great. Yeah, I'm not concerned at all. So I'm just going to hide my face for 1 second while I read that top paragraph. A salary is a very consistent way to earn income, as you earn the same amount of money every week, month, or year. This makes it easy to budget and plan for the future. Some ways of earning an income are less consistent than a salary. For example, now I'm just going to walk you through a couple of them. Piecework, we talked a little bit about yesterday. Employees get paid a specific amount for each item they produce or complete or sell. Okay. Okay. Commission is the next one to talk about. I'll hide myself again for 1 sec. Commission is employees earn a percentage of all sales they make. Commission can also be paid on top of a regular salary or hourly wage. Lots of times it's a little bit of a combo, but there are jobs where people only earn commission. I'm thinking of a realtor. A realtor wouldn't get an hourly wage at all. They would only make money if they sold a house. But then if I think about a job like, I don't know, working at a clothing store or something like that, you might get some commission from your sales, but usually it's on top of some sort of an hourly wage that they give you. So this means if you make lots of sales, you earn lots of money, but if you make no sales, you make no money, okay? Your income can vary greatly from day to day and week to week. Okay, contract work is another way of being employed. People or companies are hired to complete a set amount of work for a set price. Once the work is complete, the person is no longer paid by the company. So a company says, hey, you do this job for me and I'll give you whatever, however much money. You say, sure, you do the job, you get the money, then you guys don't have any sort of employee-employer relationship at all, okay? Okay, so class example number 1. Again, I'm going to hide myself just so you see the original question. Susan knits blankets, which she sells to a boutique craft shop for $25.75 per piece. In 1 week, Susan knits 12 blankets. Okay, so she's going to get $25.75 for every blanket. She knitted 12 of them. What would her gross income be for that week? Well, every blanket is $25.75, and she knitted 12 of them. So we're going to multiply those two numbers together. So 12 times $25.75, she will have made $309 that week for selling her 12 blankets. If Susan spent 30 hours in total knitting the blankets, how much does she earn per hour on average? Okay, well, and we know she earned $309 altogether, and we know that it took her 30 hours. Again, this is just like finding a unit rate. Okay, so we're going to take the 309 and divide by the 30 hours, and that's going to give us $10.30 an hour. Okay, $10.30 an hour. Don't forget the zero there. Your calculator is going to tell you 10.3. You can't answer money with 1 decimal place, okay? All right, Susan also knits smaller blankets, which she sells for $18.60 per piece, I'm sorry. On average, it takes her 1 hour and 15 minutes to produce one of the smaller blankets. How much does she earn per hour on average when knitting the smaller blanket? So again, we take $18.60 and we're going to divide it by the time it took. And that's going to give us the unit rate, the per hour rate that we have talked about. Actually, in our first unit together, we were talking about the unit rate. Okay, so 1860 divided by 1.25, and that gives us 14.88 an hour. Okay, so if I go back here for a second, she earned 10.30 an hour. Remember that number. She earned 10.30 an hour for the large blankets, and she earned 14.88 an hour for the small blankets. The next question says, if Susan wants to earn more money, should she try to sell more small or regular blankets? What other factors should she consider? Well, right off the bat, we might say Oh, well, $14.88 an hour, better to sell the small blankets, right? That makes sense. It's the next question that I want you to think a little bit more about. What other factors should she consider in this decision? Well, I think the biggest factor that you might want to consider is, what if nobody wants a small blanket, right? It's no good that you make more money on them if you're not selling them. So the other factor that you have to consider is, what does the customer actually want to buy? So Susan earns more per hour doing the small blankets, so she might want, or so these might bring her more income. The other thing to consider is what type is wanted. If more people want the regular blankets, there's no point in making only the small ones. Okay. Awesome possum. Okay, let me hide myself for a sec. In the winter, Joanne shovels driveways for her neighbors. She charges $25 per driveway that she shovels. One weekend, Joanne earned $225 from shoveling driveways. How many driveways did she shovel? All right, so I know that every driveway gives me 25, and I know that in total, I earned $225. So I'm trying to figure out how many $25 jobs fit into that total of $225. When you find yourself saying fit into, what mathematical operation do you have to do? You have to do division. Okay, so we're going to go 225 divided by 25, and that's going to give me 9 driveways that she shoveled altogether. Okay. All right, so you're going to try on my own numbers 1 to 5. Just leave me be, pause me, do those, and then come back and check in with me, okay? All right, welcome back. We're going to try class example number 3. I'll hide myself for 1 second there. Elaine works as a furniture salesman. Elaine's boss gives him 2 options for his pay. Option number 1, earn a base salary of $100 a week, plus a straight commission of 5% on all sales. Option number 2, earn $15.35 an hour for a 40-hour week, and no commission. In general, Elaine works 40 hours in 1 week and sells an average of $14,500 worth of furniture. Okay, so that's all our information. I'm going to make that a little smaller as we now look at the question. Which payment option should Elaine choose? Okay, so we're just going to go through each one. Option 1 was a base salary of $100 a week, and then a straight commission of 5%. And we know that in general, he averages $14,500. So we're going to go $100. That's my once a week. Okay, and then we've got 14,500, and I'm taking 5% of that. So I'm multiplying 14,500 times 0.05. Okay, that's 5% of the decimal. When I type all that in my calculator, I'm going to get $825 for that week. Okay. Option number 2 is $15.35 an hour for 40 weeks, or sorry, for 40 hours, but no commission. So I just have to go $15.35 times it by 40 and see what that total is. So $15.35, this is option 2. $15.35 times 40 is $614. So option 1 is going to bring in the better income. Okay, option 1 will bring in the better income. Now, the second part of that is, what factors other than money should he consider? You might say, oh, there's no factor other than money. Well, here's the thing though. What if he doesn't sell that average of 14,500, right? So there's going to be fluctuation in what his weekly salary is. Sometimes he'll sell over 14,500. Sometimes he might sell under 14,500. So, right, because 14,500 is average. And what if he doesn't sell it 1 week, then his paycheck is going to be much less. So the one thing about option 2 is it provides much more consistency. It does provide $200 less a week, but it's more consistent. So it kind of depends on what you like better as the employee. Do you like the consistency, or would you rather earn a higher income? Okay, so although the second option is less money, it's guaranteed, so the income is stable. The first option is dependent on him selling that $14,500 worth of furniture. Okay, awesome. So you're going to try on my own 6 to 8. and I'll see you back here when you're done. All right, welcome back. Class example number 4. Dave earned a commission of $640.95 on $8,546 of sales. What was Dave's rate of commission? So we're looking for a percent here. So I'm going to take you back to our first unit. When we did percentages, we said percent was percent over 100 equals part over whole, right? So I know my part is this 640.95. That's going to go in for my part. And I know my whole is the 8,546. Okay. And now I just figure out the percentage so I can cross multiply. So I'm going to go 100 times 640.95 divide by 8,546. And I get 7.5%. So his rate of commission is 7.5%. Okay, we've done lots of percent questions together, so hopefully that makes sense. But again, I want to show you it kind of set up with something that hopefully is familiar to you. All right, awesome. So you're going to try on my own 9 to 12. Give me a pause, and I'll see you back here in a minute. Welcome back. Okay. So, Natasha. Natasha works as a fashion consultant in a high-end clothing store. She earns a graduated commission. These are tricky, so you got to stay with me on this one. She earns 6% commission on the first $3,000 worth of sales, and then 12% commission on anything over $3,000. Okay. In 1 week, Natasha sells $9,800 worth of clothes. What is her gross pay for that week? Okay, so pro tip, we're going to split the sales into 2 parts. The first part is the first $3,000. I only get 6% on the first $3,000. Then after that $3,000, I'll get paid 12%. But here's the concept I need you to understand. Let's say I sold $4,000 worth of stuff. I get 6% on $3,000. And then I get 12% on $1,000. That's what's left after I've already paid the commission on the $3,000. The biggest mistake kids make here is they don't take away the base $3,000 in the next section. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. I can't see whether you look confused or not. Okay, so let's just make a table here and split it up. So I got my first $3,000 at 6%. Over 3,000 at 12%, and then my total gross pay. So first 3,000 at 6%, I just need to figure out what 6% of 3,000 is. So that's 3,000 times 0.06, and that's going to give me $180. Over 3,000, well, altogether I sold $9,800, $9,800. I've already taken care of 3,000 of that though. So what's left is $6,800. So I have to take 12% of $6,800. Okay, and that's going to give me $816. So then my total commission, the total gross pay for that, I'll add the 180 and the 816 together. So that's going to give me a total gross pay of $996. Okay. Awesome. We got this. Okay, so you're going to try numbers 13 and 14. Shut me up for a minute and I'll see you in a sec. All right, class example number 6. I'll hide myself here for 1 sec. Jennifer works as a carpenter and has been hired to produce a handmade table and 8 chairs for a customer. The materials will cost her $523. The customer is in a rush to receive the table and chairs, so Jennifer has to hire 2 additional workers to work 5 hours each at a rate of $16.25 per hour. Jennifer wants to earn at least $750 on the job. How much should she charge the customer for the table and 8 chairs? So she's got to make up a bill. She's got to quote the customer, I can do this job for this amount of money. Well, in that price that she charges the customer, she has to think about the fact that material, three things. She has to think about the fact that material will cost her $523. She needs to pay her employees, and she wants to earn $750. Okay. So we're going to figure out each of those 3 things, and then we just have to add them together, and that's what she should bill her customer. All right, so the materials, $523, nothing we need to think about there. Okay, then we have the employees that she has to hire. So we have 2 of them. They are each going to get $16.25 an hour, and they're each going to work 5 hours. So 2 people times 5 hours times $16.25 an hour, that's going to give me $162.50. And then the profit, what she wants to make on it, was $750. So now we need to add up these 3 numbers, the $525, the $162.50, and the $750. Okay. So all together to charge, it'll be $1,435.50. Okay, $1,435.50. Awesome. Okay, so now you're going to try on my own questions 15 and 16, and that is where we will finish for today. So give yourself time to process all of this and come see me and ask me lots of questions. You know where to find me. You guys got this. We'll talk soon, okay? Bye-bye.